Thank you, Neil. It's my pleasure to welcome everybody to the 2018 Catalyst Canada Honours Dinner. When I spoke to Dave Mackay, RBC's President and CEO, about tonight's event, he asked me to express his regrets at not being able to join us this evening, but he also told me to be prepared to be inspired. So I can tell you, after meeting all of our honorees, I'm very much expecting to be inspired, and I know you will as well. So I'm ready and honored to be your host this evening, and on behalf of our entire organization, we're proud to sponsor tonight's gala, celebrating the entire inspiring spirits of individuals being recognized tonight and their drive towards equality. So when we think about corporate Canada and the diversity and inclusion topic, some would say we're doing well. Maybe we're doing better than we were doing just a few short years ago. And we have proof points to that effect. Many of us in the room would have diversity and inclusion embedded in our corporate values. We'd say we have strong hiring and career management practices that seek out diversity. And we'd say we see the value that inclusion brings when it comes to engagement, performance, and I think most importantly, perhaps in today's age, innovation. So yes, if we graded ourselves collectively on our diversity and inclusion efforts, we'd say we're good. But when we look closer, we know that despite our best intentions, that barriers to opportunity still exist. Just picturing the executive level and the boards of corporate Canada is a stark reminder of that. And this is a reminder that it's not about a lack of talent, it's about a lack of opportunity. And while often unintentional, our organizational structures, our hiring and promotion standards, our talent pipelines, and even sometimes our attitudes reinforce outdated stereotypes. They reveal conscious and sometimes unconscious biases. But all this hinders the advancement of not just women, but visible minorities, Indigenous peoples, and members of the LGBT community. But tonight we honor 7 champions who understand that good is just not good enough. To truly realize the full potential and power of our people, we have to join these honorees in dedicating ourselves to collectively removing these barriers, to challenging those standards and calling out stereotypes, to create equal opportunity for all people, regardless of their gender, race, or sexual orientation. Put simply, to stand up for inclusion, we have to be brave enough to speak about inclusion, to better understand each other and what's getting in the way. I'm a firm believer that if we're going to see more women in senior roles, we need men to be part of that solution, and we need them to be included in the dialogue that's going to get us there. We also have to push ourselves to set bold goals. Everything the people in this room manage, we manage with goals, and this is no different. And we have to hold ourselves to delivering against these goals, and in ways that drive meaningful improvement in the diversity of our respective organizations. And it's not just at the leadership level, but throughout the entire organization, so that we have a diverse pipeline to choose from when it comes time to selecting future leaders in the years ahead. And again, I personally believe that it's incumbent upon us, the folks in this room, to leave your successor with a better, more diverse talent pipeline than the one each of us respectively inherited. As the head of retail banking at RBC, I have the privilege of seeing what I believe true inclusion means each and every day. In our offices, our contact centers, our branches across the country, it means that the teams I get to see reflect the diversity of the communities we serve. And they bring unique insights and perspectives that drive the innovation I'd mentioned earlier, and they, most importantly perhaps, they understand the clients in the communities they serve. It's true in our university campus branches, where employees reflect the concerns and the inherent interests of the young people there. It's true in our newcomer branches, where we've hired new Canadians who bring a fresh perspective and incredible insight into what the newcomer journey is really all about. And it's true across all of our businesses, where we come together and collaborate and share these unique perspectives to develop innovative solutions for our clients. Now, diversity and inclusion is a very complex issue, and if it wasn't, and I think we all know that, but if it wasn't, we would have solved it a long time ago. But no matter where I travel across the country, the thing that really pops up to me is that there's no shortage of up-and-coming talent. But our challenge is to ensure that that talent triumphs over the biases and the outdated norms that are still inherent in some of our organizations. The men and women we're honoring tonight represent businesses as varied as financial services and government, and design and professional sports. And in each of their roles, they took on that challenge and developed programs that encourage discussion, create better understanding, and address these critical issues. And that's important because change can happen when one person decides the status quo is no longer acceptable. And we'll hear about that this evening. But change can also happen when business leaders, like many of us in this room tonight, decide that we are going to be part of an effort to do more, to be part of a solution that is necessary to unleash the talent that I was mentioning that we see across the country. And we're going to need that talent given the significant changes we're seeing in our society and our various industries. Whether we're talking about groundbreaking technology, we're talking about a millennial workforce that seems intent on disrupting more than conforming, or maybe most importantly, the powerful Me Too movement that is empowering women to call out bad behavior and demand accountability. This is a sobering reminder of just how much progress we have yet to make as a society. In the last 12 months, we've seen that no industry is immune, and I would say as leaders, it's our responsibility to ensure that we provide workplaces that are safe and where all of our employees are respected. So I would say now is the time to drive real change and improve diversity and inclusion, because good is just not good enough. And there's no doubt that we'll look to organizations like Catalyst to continue their press for change. Through their advocacy, research, and leadership, we know they'll ensure that diverse voices not only have a seat at the table, but they have a chance at being at the head of that table. And heading that cause is Tanya Van Biesen, the Executive Director of Catalyst Canada. With more than 2 decades of corporate and diversity experience, Tanya is a respected leader and influencer in corporate Canada. She's been instrumental in focusing attention and driving change, and please join me in welcoming Tanya to the stage.